Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. I'm Aunt.
I'm Andrew, and thank God Aunt has electricity again.
We were just started to do this yesterday, and then boom, the lines went down. A tree, we had a storm, a tree hit the line, and the lines went down, and I didn't have electricity until 1 o'clock, from 5 in the afternoon until 1 o'clock at night.
Ironically,
yes,
Trump got indicted.
I know.
During that time frame.
I was asleep during it all.
That's so funny.
I had no communication. I realized I am not prepared for any major outage in life.
Disruption in anything.
No. And what is it about like when tragedy strikes? Though this wasn't tragedy. I just lost my lights and it was dark and hot. But anyways, that you become hungry.
Did you use any of the stuff in that big duffel bag in your guest bathroom that you've had since 9/11?
No, I didn't. I changed that.
Oh, you changed it.
I changed that because there was a bunch of stuff in there, like candy canes. So who was going to eat it again?
Yeah,
and there was also
pickleball rackets now too.
And there were also a bunch of feminine hygiene products that I no longer need. That was 9/11. That was a long time ago.
It's true.
Anyways, just a public service announcement for the world. Don't get rid of your feminine hygiene products, because if you ever have a bad bleed, you could use
that seems like a good idea.
A pad to absorb.
We know, we understand. It makes a lot of sense.
I'm just saying, if you're ever in a crunch and you need a tourniquet, it could work.
There's nothing like Christmas time on Rhony.
I know. Well, Christmas.
The holidays. I'm
gonna say, is it supposed to be the holidays? I mean, well,
it already started.
They had Thanksgiving last week, but was it really Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was good memories though. Remember Dorinda up in the Berkshires?
Oh, I love when she was at Bluestone Manor.
Luann with the song, and now Erin. Do you not support other women? It was natural too. Neither one of them were thinking about.
See, I think
Ramona
and
Bethany.
I think that's such a default for women to say you don't support women. Because let's face it, women, very few women out there really legitimately support each other. And given a choice between a bad guy and backing a woman, they'll always take a bad guy. I hate to say it, but I don't like that the woman thing, because it
just didn't make sense. She didn't know she was working.
Most women really don't support each other. I hate to say it. Women hate working for women.
Support yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, not just that, but women say that, but they don't in actually. Oh God, there's sirens again. Jeepers creepers. You never know. I live in a war zone. Women say support each other, but very few actually do. So it's a little cliche to me. And women, until you really start supporting each other, stop talking about it.
Yeah. I will say that I think that these women have been I've been so surprised with how empathetic they are when, like, for each other. Like, just like when they've listened to each other's stories. Like, I think it's nice how they can drop all the bullshit. Like when Bryn's telling this real story, and they can all be there and be present.
No, there was one that had absolutely no emotion during the story. Jessel, whatever, however you say her name. Jessel, no, yes. There was nothing there. And she showed earlier in that party that she had no sympathy for the fact that Erin's grandma had just died.
The only thing I question is, I only wonder if you never know how
she doesn't have sex with her husband. So, we're starting to see a pattern here that
but I will tell you this.
She had no sympathy for Erin. It was just like, oh, I hope you had a nice day. Oh yeah, I hope you had a nice day too. I just buried my grandma. Yeah, I hope it was a good day. And then
the only thing they're not empathetic about is Jessel's sex problems with her husband.
But she's not having sex with her husband, and she has no empathy. She had really no empathy for Brynn, and she showed no empathy, and she was downright rude with the negligee, and she complained the whole weekend in the Hamptons. I do think we're starting to see a pattern of who she truly is.
Yeah, and I have to say that I think you never know that.
We just saw a pattern of who she truly is.
You just said that, and I paused for a second, so you had to repeat yourself.
Yes, I wanted to make sure you heard
Jessel,
me.
my thing about Jessel is you just don't know production if maybe when Brynn had called her out for saying she went out after she went home and all that prior to Brynn talking about her story. That's the only thing I'm thinking about is that if the group had come down on Jessel prior
No, it was the same party.
I know, but the order in which the conversations, if someone's going to tell you that you're doing all these different things wrong, that, you don't have sex with your husband, bring it up again when she's saying, I never leave my kids. And if that came before Brynn opened up with this story, I'm just saying that production could have rearranged when those conversations had at the same party,
right?
Which I just don't want us to think that Jessel had heard Brynn's story and was super cold and then heard, oh, you go out, you're not always just with your kids, blah, blah, blah. It could have been before that, which then would have left her in a bad mood.
Well, I think you're giving her too much credit. But it could be true, but I don't know. They seem to be at the end of the night and they had eaten and stuff. I just question it. I think we are seeing a little pattern because we saw the same behavior in the Hamptons. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, we'll get more to Jessel.
And I want to tell you another thing on Jessel.
Yeah.
She's a very high maintenance because her coffee order alone drove me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And when Sai came in and she just said, oh, can I have a hot tea? Like, not, I need an herbal, this blend with this. When she came in and she wanted an Americano with an extra shot and oat milk. And then she repeated it.
Do you know who gets that every day? My part, like Brad.
Okay, but then she repeated it.
I don't think
again. And then when she brought her it, she said, I was an Americano with an extra shot and an oatmeal. And she said yes. And then she took it. And then when she sat down, again, it was, I'd like an Americano with an extra shot and an oatmeal and oat milk.
Oat milk.
Oat milk. I know. And I just thought, oh, you're so much work because they did include Sai coming in and saying, I just want hot tea. Can I have a hot tea? And she walked away. Like no big deal about it. Me, I'm one of these that goes into wherever it is and I say, I want a medium coffee, hot coffee with cream. I don't get into all the grande lattes, whatever. I first of all, I don't like Starbucks, but if I go to Starbucks, I say medium. And if they say whatever it is for that, Avante or whatever, I go, I don't care what you call it. I call it a medium.
That's so great. You're so inclusive and you're so open to new things in the world.
No, I just can't remember. Listen, I've lived a whole life.
Read the sign.
I've lived a whole life of, I can't see anymore. I've lived a whole life of small, medium, and large. Why do you got to change it to ventes and grandes and whatever else they call it?
To be different so that you and I would talk about it. And that's why Starbucks is so popular. I see
grande, I think of Ariana.
That's nice. We're not going to talk about her today.
Or Frankie.
Yeah. Well, I will say that Jessel and Erin's little coffee meeting gave me Luann and Alex McCord vibes. Like even Louis Vuitton makes mistakes.
Who was Luann and who was
Oh, I'm not saying like who was who. I just think like that kind of a showdown. And then also when Sonia Morgan and Cindy Barshop had to go to Cipriani when she got the chipped tooth and she didn't come downtown.
Sonia,
she wouldn't come to downtown.
Coming out. Her tooth was kept on falling out.
And I think that
terrible for her during filming. I want to say Erin just said, I'll have a cappuccino. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what the difference is there a little bit? I think you can tell a lot about people in their coffee order.
Okay.
I do. And I always say, I'll just have a medium with cream. And they always say hot or cold. And I was like,
I have a double shot of espresso with 2 Splenda. 1 Splenda, sorry. Oh my God. See, you're getting me all confused. Just do you. If you wanted to order 18,000 different types of coffee, order it, girlfriend.
Yeah, I just always think those people who wanted this, that. It's too much. Just get a cup of coffee.
So I want to know.
Creepers. You make everything. Your millennials make everything difficult. Just order a large coffee. Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I think that
got a security alert on my phone, on my laptop. I hope I'm not under assault for talking against Starbucks.
The way that Jessel, Sai, and Brynn were saying that Catch was out of style. It's so 2005 on Sai's porch, but yet then Jessel is saying that Tribeca is so up and coming. So if you want to live in 2005, live in 2005. If you want to be in 2023, be in 2023. But you can't be in one year when it's convenient for you and not there when it's not convenient for you.
Listen, to me, if I was living in New York, I'd be on the Upper East Side. So I would never be downtown. I went to Union Square once. It scared me. It's scary down there. It's scary. It's scary down there. I don't like Union Square. I'm more of an uptown girl.
Okay.
I know my way around the Upper East Side. I
just think that
idea even where is Tribeca? Is that like south of Hudson?
No, it's
that's
like
Soho. Oh, that's
it's like
Soho.
Union Square on the west side. It's like next to West Village, right below Chelsea.
Oh, I know West Village.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like the same area. Tribeca is near the West Village and near Chelsea.
Yeah, it's like meatpacking district.
Oh,
where like the Gansevoort is, like all those places near like the West Side Highway, High Line.
Where do they film Watch What Happens Live? They're down there somewhere.
It's downtown too. It's in like Soho. It's like near all there. It's all near there. The thing about Tribeca is it's also smaller than some of the other neighborhoods. So like the real estate's higher because it's a smaller area.
They asked how much
but I just found it very off-putting. What?
They asked how much a studio was on Watch What Happens Live. A studio apartment right now in Tribeca is how much a month?
I don't know. I don't care. I don't live there.
$4,500 a month for a studio. Yeah. So that's why they questioned her. They said, do you know how much a studio is? And they were razzing her hard on that.
Andy came for Jessel so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all right. I think I would have too a little bit because I'm going to tell you, in the beginning, I was indifferent to her. She had her mom, anytime somebody brings their mom, I'm always sympathetic because if my daughter was on, I'd want her to bring me. And so I am always sympathetic that somebody's showing their mom.
Yeah.
And then I just like her less and less and less. And this episode did nothing for her.
Sympathetic, I think, is the wrong word.
Okay.
You don't have sympathy for her. That means that you feel bad for her that she's bringing her mom.
No, but you
vibed with her. You connected with her.
There is something of I'm going to tell you, I was at a political rally recently and the person was getting booed.
Okay.
Actually, is the mayor of Miami. Okay. Soares, and he was getting booed. And as everybody's booing him, he started going, oh, everybody, there's my wife's in the first row and my parents, they've been married 38 years. Say hi, say hi. And I just thought, ugh. Like, don't bring your parents out as like shields for the world. So a little bit now is it Jessel? Is that how we say her name? Okay. Jessel, I'm starting to think that she brought her mom for a shield because you can't attack anybody when their mom's there. That's a no-no. Look at Katie on Vanderpump. She brings her mom. That means you can't criticize her. Her mom's there. So when your mom shows up, look at Jill. She's always dragging her mom out in New York. When you drag your mom out, Luann's dragged her mom out. A lot of people have dragged out their mom.
Yeah, but she brought her mom. It wasn't she at her own house when her mom was there?
Yeah, or she went over but she's still dragging her out. Vicky used to drag out her mom too. And she used to say, Vicky, you're too much work.
I have a feeling that Jessel brings her mom to watch the kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's her culture is that the parents are very involved. I'm just saying, and now I'm thinking she did it for as a shield. That's all.
Oh, I don't think Jessel thinks that people don't like her. I don't think that I think she's just starting to feel that people are coming for her. She's been pretty safe and boring since to this point.
Yeah. But she left me cold. But I'm going to tell you, Brynn, I had complete new appreciation for. I think she's had a tough life.
Yep.
Having to listen to somebody say that they were in a diaper for 6 days and hadn't been changed because nobody cared enough for them is so sad. And she is obviously carrying around a lot of scars from her life. And I didn't care for her in the beginning. And now I'm very sympathetic to her.
Yeah. And I'm happy she's talking about it. I will say that Jessel said, oh, I used to run PR at Michael Kors. She was a PR manager. That does not run PR at Michael Kors.
Well, you can say you do anything after the fact. All I could think of is Michael Kors is nothing these days. So maybe she did a good job because you never hear Michael Kors anymore.
Maybe, but at the same time, it's a massive brand.
it is a massive brand, but what was the last time you really saw Michael Kors anywhere? You don't.
I mean, I think that it's the way you look at it. It probably makes a lot more money than some of these higher end brands that you see places because it's just far more
Michael
of an
Kors,
economical price point and stuff like that.
Right.
But I will say between.
But I mean, Michael Kors used to be exclusive, like in a boutique.
Yeah, it's not
That
anymore.
you own. It's not anymore. It's gone like Calvin Klein or Halston or when any of these other.
I mean, we're seeing a different level of fashion and connections with this reboot than we ever saw on the original.
Wow. Oh, let's not
Jessel's
go to the party.
guest list. Jessel's guest list. Like that's the one thing I have to hand to Jessel.
She had major people show up.
I mean, like Lynn Yeager. Like, I mean, that's massive. Why are you listening? Or why are you whispering?
I don't know what that was that came in with the cheeks.
I mean, I don't know who any of them were.
Well, you said Lynn Yeager. I thought
but wait, you just got to look at them, Google them. Who these people are.
They said she's an icon, and I couldn't tell what.
When you Googled it, you couldn't tell. Did you Google it?
Yes, I did. I had to Google it to see if I spelled the name right. I just have no words for that, Lynn Yeager. I'm not going to say anything about her.
I mean, I'm sure that they think a lot of your fro too with your big curls. So listen, you know what?
I know, but I don't go around with dots on my face.
Yeah, but it's fashion. I mean, I don't connect with any of these people.
I don't know if that's fashion.
I think everything that people do is their style. And if they are in a category of like some
that's
of these
eccentric.
People,
that's not fashion. Like Iris Arpel, I believe is her name. She's like 100 years old. She's got fashion. That's style. I don't really care. They
get very connected. They sit front row at New York Fashion Week. And we never saw anyone but Vivian Tam on the old Real Housewives of New York City.
They're thrilled to get on TV.
Of course they are. But I'm saying these people are not using TV to get on. These people were clearly just going.
To me, I was more impressed with Jenna Lyons. It's not Lyons. It's Lyon, by the way.
Yeah.
The closet doesn't end.
No, that of course. And the way she kept talking about it.
The outfits she brought out were amazing. Oh, when she said Donna Karen judged me on this when I was at FIT and stuff. And it was just like, it still was amazing. And some of the outfits she brought out, there's no way she should sell them, but
Why?
She has so many clothes because they actually mean something to her. Do you get rid of the dress you went to meet the Obamas in at the White House? No, never.
I think that I don't know. I mean, they're in different.
I mean, I realize she has a lot of clothes, but her and her gal pal, I call it her gal pal.
Oh yeah. She gave me major lesbian vibes, but she's
I was
going to
say a gal pal. It might have been her gal pal.
She's married to a guy. No, she's married to a guy. I stalked her.
Oh, what? The gal pal?
Yeah.
Oh, I her clothes though. I'm going to tell you, the jumpsuit that she took out was everything. The jumpsuits to put on. I mean, that's how you style a shoot. She knew who was coming. She knew who was going to be there. They all had their jumpsuits on with Lion in the back. And she was taking pictures. I'm sure it was a whole big Instagram spread. And it was fabulous. And that's how you do it. But she's still a little boring.
Yeah, no, she's totally boring. I think like something's going to happen. I mean, I will say
even
Sai, I have more respect for Sai. What Sai has to do, and she has to do all this influencer stuff and understand the brands.
Okay. Yes. I thought what I actually wrote down that what Sai did was like a public service announcement.
Yeah, she's like a professional PSA person.
I'm telling you to see it, that when she talked about, I have media people, I write checks, they get benefits. And I've got a lawyer, I've got an accountant, and I realized that she has her own small business, and she might not have a storefront that you can see, but she has to actually do so much content continually
Yeah.
with her people and what she's doing, and she's feeding people. And I had a lot of respect for her. And I think more people who are on Instagram and everything else who are big influences should show more of that, because there's one person on Instagram who's big, Turtle Creek Lane.
Yeah.
Where she does her whole house over for every holiday, and then she doesn't even spend the holiday there. Kind of annoys me. She goes through all this effort to do Christmas, and then they go to their magnificent house in Colorado for Christmas. I'm like, you just did your whole house. This is crazy.
Yeah.
She shows her up on the ladder, but there's a whole team behind her with the content, with this, with that. And they like to make it out that you're just one person on Instagram and you're just doing some selfies and you're doing a couple of swipes and then you become a major star, where you have actually not 100 people, but you probably got 20 people behind you that are making you there. And I respected Sai because she actually showed like, hey, it's not just I'm taking pictures on Instagram.
Yeah. I have a feeling, because think about it, we're in like early December. I have a feeling that Fashion Week in February might be something that they shoot.
Oh, that would
which will be interesting.
Yeah.
I also have to say that Jenna could have just been honest and said, even if she wanted to embellish, I don't see my son as much as I can. We have difficult schedules with like when things align with, him and me and my ex's schedule. And that's the night that we can do the tree. I'm so sorry. I think it was a lesson. I think she was short-sighted to say she had an event, but I have to say, Brynn going, I took a shit this morning, so I went to a gala. That was hysterical.
You want to know what I liked? I liked when her son, what was her son's name? I don't remember. When her son and the guy who was there, who was the guy?
I think that's her ex.
Oh, it was her ex?
Yeah, that's her ex.
Oh, okay. I liked when they would throw in the snowballs at the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Because my dad used to do that.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, he used to take garland, and we all thought garland was tacky, so he cut it into like look like little snowballs, and then he would throw them at the tree, and wherever they landed is where they landed. So I liked they would throw in the snowballs, and when I used to have a tree, I used to throw them on the tree too. So I kind of liked that. And I like that she puts ginger. I like that Ubah puts ginger ale in her champagne glass.
Oh, I love that too.
It reminds me of water in a wine glass. Who did that? Nene? Was Nene the one who asked for water in a wine glass everywhere she goes? I'm also sick of the double kisses. Please stop. Please stop. I'm sick of double kisses.
Why?
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
That's like people. Every single season has done that for years.
I'm over it, is what I'm telling you. It is
why
it's fake. It's fake. First of all, it's fake, and it's fake European. It's like fake Euro trash to me doing it now. Like, no, you're not Euro trash. I mean, Countess Luann, okay, maybe Sonia, borderline, but everybody else doing the oh God, no. You're in New York, for God's sakes. You're lucky you're not getting the middle finger. Never mind kissing people twice. And what good is it to kiss people twice if you're just going to stab them in the back afterwards anyways?
I'm going to start taking notes of things that you're critical about with this show. And when you're not critical about them on other franchises, I'm going to throw them in your face.
A Beverly Hills.
Really? Only Lisa.
Who?
Dorit, she's from like 16 different countries. She changes it every season.
No, she's from Connecticut.
Yeah.
But nobody else double kisses.
That's not true.
Who? Go back maybe and look at Lisa Vanderpump, maybe.
They all do.
Oh, I'm over the double kiss. I think I'm just saying in life, and we used to double kiss, air kiss. Yeah, we used to go mwah, mwah, and used to do it with your grandmother. Yeah, but it was always a
joke. It was never real.
It was always, because it was fake. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
But I don't know if they're being fake. Unless it's their natural way. I don't do that.
Ubah, maybe not, because she is European, or where is she from? Africa? I don't know where Ubah was started. I don't know
San
where
Francisco?
she's from.
Uber?
No, she has an accent, so I figured.
Ubah, not Uber.
I call her Ubah. I call her. I got an app for her.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't. She's not American, native born. How's
all
that?
I know is she doesn't like anything that has a job.
I'm with her there, and Giselle, what's her name?
Jessel.
She wasn't born here.
No.
But the rest were, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the one thing about Jessel that I do feel bad about is that people
I
from
feel
the
like I'm missing
UK,
somebody. Yeah, Sai, no, Sai.
Ireland,
Yeah.
they do make these like bitty comments, hag comments. Like I felt that she was being genuine when she said like when they showed her confessional and she was saying like
Yeah.
different phrases that they say.
Yeah.
And I think they're being too critical around the word hag because I do believe
No,
that
but
she's being
wasn't it
honest
funny
there.
when they said cackling hag and she added old to
Old.
Jenna?
Yeah,
Oh, that was the sting. The old. Oh, old. Oh, Jenna didn't
exactly.
like that either. And I just thought, I agree. I said that. I liked what Brynn said. And she said, if you can't face up to what you just said, then I got no use for you, basically. And that's basically what she says. If you can't take accountability, then I got to let you go. And I like that. Take accountability. That's when she should have said, okay, maybe my phrases are British and you don't quite get it. I'm sorry. It's common for us. You considered it an insult. I apologize.
Yep,
And
100%.
yeah, and she didn't want to own it. She doubled down. And that's where she's gonna
I think that's her storyline because they've said it now a couple times and we'll continue to see it the same way.
Yeah, but you know what? I saw her on Watch What Happens Live and her husband was the bartender. And she better be careful, is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just better be careful. She doesn't treat him well. And he has a point.
Yeah, it's a ticking bomb.
Yeah. She better be careful because she's feeling it a little bit. Oh, I'm on New York, blah, 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 blah. And she better be careful because she's on the line there. She could really become hated really quick if she says things wrong.
Yeah. Well,
that's
what
all I
got.
Oh, I probably have more. Yeah. Oh, and I just want to say one thing. Don't ever have bad wine. Just don't. You can get a good bottle of wine for $8-10. Don't go the $3 chuck.
Oh, well,
I'm just gonna say.
I mean, 20 is fine too for a party. 15, maybe.
Yeah, but even 10, you can find good bottles of wine for 10. You can find a good white wine for 10. Go get Cindy Crawford. It's not Cindy Crawford. What's the name of
Kim Crawford.
Kim Crawford. You can get Kim Crawford. You can get a 3-pack for $30 at Costco. So there's a good bottle of $10 wine. That's a good bottle of wine for $10. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to continue. We are liking it more. At least we see storylines now. And
well, you can see them developing. I think I'm going to say this. I think the fact that Erin's name is Erin confuses me.
Why?
Because I've never met a Jewish Erin.
Oh, okay. Well, she converted.
Did she?
Have you met a Jewish Ivanka before?
Yeah, probably, because that's like a Middle Eastern. That's like
but you've met more than one person.
But I haven't met a lot of like Patricks who are Jewish.
Yeah,
and Erin is kind of a very, Erin is a very Irish name. Would you agree?
Yeah, but remember, I have a cousin named Sarah who's Jewish.
Her mother's Jewish.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
But the name Sarah isn't a Jewish name.
Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. Sarah in the Bible, with Abraham, and they had the baby, right. And she was like 85 years old and she was barren. Yeah. I'm just saying. Are we going to get into Bible lessons? Because I have a huge big umbrella.
Start another podcast there. They think I burn when I walk through the doors, so we're good.
Oh, funny. You're right.
Oh, man. All right. Well, subscribe, like us. We love you. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.